More deodorant. Alright.
Should that be the intro of the video? Is
Yeah,
is it recording?
Deodorant.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, my pits
I
stank.
picked the one fucking chair without wheels on it.
I tried to tell you to sit in this
Have to
one.
drag it across
do
the
yourself,
floor.
Man. Just swimming upstream.
Don't care.
I got these squeaky wheels though.
Yeah. Don't do that while we're doing this. Don't squeak.
I'm gonna try my hardest.
I didn't wear my best shoes for this.
It's alright, you know I.
Well, nobody's gonna see no feet stuff
But
today.
what, yeah.
I don't think.
OnlyFans
Yeah, no
feet.
feet stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say save for the OnlyFans.
Well,
Anyway,
here we are. Here we are. We thought we'd talk about the record and the making of it and any other fun things that come to mind, like drones. Just kidding. I'm not going to talk about drones. But,
I might.
I'm
obsessed.
Our alien overlords gave us a recording contract, and Kurt Ballou answered the call. So yeah, I don't know. Jess, you start. Tell us how it all happened.
yeah, so we're talking about Teeth and the making of it, and essentially Michael, Steph, and I were playing for album 1 and album 2 live, and just playing locally mostly, and then we decided we had a little change of lineup at some point. So we were kind of doing nothing at that point. Ben randomly DM'd us on Instagram. He is the person who runs Lost Future Records. And I actually thought at that point that it was not a real person or that it was a scammer. And then I sent it to the group. We did our research. He was real. So we started talking to him and having video calls. And he decided to sign us for a third album that we had no material for at the time. So that was really interesting. And it was just the three of us, and at that point we didn't have a drummer live. So we took it, and then we started writing, just the three of us, and Michael was our electronic drummer.
And you brought your drum machine.
Yeah, well,
That's how we got Idiot and Nosebleed.
yeah, for like a little bit. But we started like that, and we basically all would just get in a room and basically just figure out songs every single time we got together.
Yeah. Pazuzu is definitely like thinking about that. You had like the basic idea, but I know, made the chorus heavy as we do, and then Steph came up with like the weird time signature thing for the middle, which is like, we never did that before.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that.
Getting adventurous.
Yes, I think we got a little bit more experimental because we were able to have a little bit more freedom in doing so. But pretty much the songs got constructed, I want to say mostly on the spot. Some of them got worked through over the like a couple weeks or whatever. But for the most part, we would get together once a week, work on a song until it felt like we had a song. And Nosebleed, for example, was kind of just like a in the moment. I think we wrote that within like, I don't even know. I want to say it was like an hour and a half. Like an hour and a half, there was pretty much a constructed song. Some things got added, like the keys later that Michael actually wrote. But for the most part, that was completely on the fly. And now we have Teeth. And Brian
Well, yeah, we
randomly joined this for, I'll let you tell your own story.
Well,
Not randomly,
so
but...
I play in a bunch of different bands with you. So, like, during, like, the whole recording process, or when you guys... I knew that you guys had gotten your contract, and I knew that you guys were getting together to, like, write your
He's
third...
like, let me get in
No,
on it.
no, not at all. But, like, it was, like, I was happy that you guys were writing because I felt... Or because, like, I know you said, like, there was, like, a change of lineup early on, and I was like, I don't know if there's going to be any more Babel map.
Yeah,
and
I
know
didn't
that
even know if we were a
that band
band.
means so much to you. I mean, we're we're all friends here, but this is, like, you're my homie. You know what I mean? Like, we do so much together musically, and...
But you didn't really know them
Right.
that well.
I mean, yeah.
No,
I mean,
we
like,
didn't really know
You
Brian
guys, like,
besides...
we played shows together.
And
Yeah,
so,
through the
like,
grapevine.
I remember, like, asking him, was just like, what's going on? He's like, we just started writing some songs, and I was like, dude, like I'm really interested in hearing it because like I really like I want to know what you guys are like sounding like right now. And just like through like the whole process of like, I don't say like I was kind of like a fly on the wall after it was recorded. Like I could hear some of the songs that you guys were writing. I remember specifically when you wrote Pazuzu, they all had different names too. All the songs had different names, and Pazuzu wasn't called Pazuzu.
It's called Snake Charmer.
Yeah, okay. That's I was gonna be like, I remember like
Steph
being
said
like,
it's a Snake Charmer.
yeah, and you texted me and you're like, we just wrote the best fucking song I've ever written in my life. We've ever written. But like it was just like exciting to kind of like watch that kind of happen, and then you asked me to play, and I was like, of course. You know, like,
and I think that was a really cool process too, because Brian essentially came along to be what he was, I think at the time, a session drummer for the recording. And I don't know if that was before or after we decided to go to Salem to record with Kurt Ballou.
It was, well, I think you guys had.
It was before we made
That was
the
before,
decision.
yeah.
But I know that you guys were like, when you guys initially asked me, I was like, all right, yeah, I'll be like a session player. And it's just like, you know, when you play with like certain musicians, or like you have like in a practice, like you and I, like when we played with Versus Machine, and we're just like, oh shit, like we've got something here, you know? And it was like the chemistry was like really like organic. Like I felt like I was able to just kind of like slip right into place, and like I'd like not get in the way of what you guys had already like musically created.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think honestly, like you coming along, I mean, not only did you play pretty much everything times 1,000 from
Thank you.
album 1 and 2 that we've ever heard you play with us, but also like adding to what we had already constructed electronically with drums. The songs just went from like here to here really quickly.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to play with you for the first couple times, especially because it was easy. I don't know how else to say that. Like, I think we had been working on things for so long, we felt pretty, I don't want to say dialed in, but we already know each other really well. And then you came along and I was like, oh shit, here it goes.
Yeah, and
That's all we needed, because like the three of us always are ready to go, like to perform.
Yeah.
You know, everybody clearly like knows what they're doing and practices, you know, before we play, and shows up purposefully.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, and
to
the
add
practices are like very constructive. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like trying to figure it out, or it's like trying to like just like not master it. What's the word I'm looking for? Like just like, you know, dot your I's and cross your T's. Just like make sure every moment is perfect. And just like for like my perspective, also like coming into the band, like in the process of learning all these songs, like fell in love with the songs. Like
cool,
they
man.
like they mean a lot to me. Like when I listen to that record, like there's like moments in songs where like I get chills, and it's I don't know how else to describe it. Like it means a lot. Do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I was
Yeah.
like upset yesterday about something, and I popped that record on, and it's like yeah, we did a good job. We did a great job.
It's
on this.
undeniably beautiful.
It makes you
know?
feel good. But okay, so we went to track this in Salem, Massachusetts, and with Kurt, which was decided by, I think Ben was talking to us about possible locations, and he said like you go here or there or here, and this place was in Salem, and it's called God City, and I know you two immediately were like, we're going there. So like I was thinking about, we were going to track this with Ian, who did the first 2 records. He did a great job on that. I was like, well, going
Love
to
you,
Salem. Going to Salem, because like I mean, that's awesome. And it was Kurt, which is crazy.
And I think that was kind of, I don't want to say like the small world thing, but I think when we chose that location, it was solely based on being in Salem, because we're obsessed with Salem as a place.
Mm-hmm.
It actually, I didn't know it was Kurt at that time when we were like, yeah, let's look into that studio. And then it just happened to be Kurt Ballou.
And we also had no
and
idea
then we
who
were
Kurt
like,
was,
oh.
right?
Well,
Like,
I think everyone knew like Chelsea Wolfe,
yeah.
Converge. I don't think we knew on the level, like now
Yeah.
is a different thing.
Totally.
Well, it's cool though, because I'm
Um,
happy I didn't know like
Yeah.
that much about him when we went there, because otherwise, I'm not good around people I look up to. So I
Yeah.
probably would have been
Yeah, how did it
more
how
of
did
a
it go at the corn
dumbass than
show?
I was.
Yes, I will say I feel the same. Like I'm glad that I didn't overthink before getting there, because it was really organic and we instantly, I'm sorry, I don't mean to bring this up already, but like within 5 minutes of meeting Kurt, he was telling us stuff about
His recent hospital stay.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I won't even bring it up. Just like
We won't
stuff
talk
that
about
was
Kurt's butt.
stuff that was comfy conversation for us, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be okay. But I remember throughout recording with Kurt, there was a moment where I saw that he had won a Grammy for an album, and it was like hidden on his wall. And so then while recording, I think you were recording your drums, and I looked it up on
Yeah, it was high. I think
My
it's high on fire,
phone.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I looked it up on my phone and I was like,
Matt Pike.
"Shit, this is a Grammy award-winning
Yeah.
producer." And at that point, he once made a joke about it, but it was later on.
We will talk about that today.
Yeah.
And cookie eating award. But anyway, I had no idea
Yeah.
at that point that that's where we were, and I'm glad, because I would have been really nervous.
Yeah.
Actually.
So, important question: the best food in Salem, because we had a lot of good meals every night. My phone's on.
It's like it's going on tour with you. Phone's always ringing.
What's the best food place? Steph.
I don't know. I liked that pizza place.
What was the pizza place?
It was really good.
Yeah, I don't remember what it
Oh,
was
that
called.
was the place we went to the first night, right? It was called
Yeah.
like Venus
Flying
Flytrap or
Saucer.
something like
Flying
that. Flying
Saucer.
Saucer. I wasn't even close.
They had vegan pizza and pretty good beer.
They had a really good beer selection.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was like right in the town square, right? And there was like the Bewitched statue
Yes,
came through, and that
that's where
guy
we took
asked
the
us to take his
picture.
picture, and he couldn't speak a word of English.
Yeah. And I really liked whatever that place was where we got like the hummus platters. Do you remember?
Adia.
Adia.
Was
that
that
was
the
really
last
good.
day?
Several days.
Several days, yeah, we did that. We just got it to go
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
bunch.
that place was great. It was the best falafel I've ever had.
That was
Yeah, it
really
was
good.
good.
So, if you're recording at God City, Adia.
Yeah.
Kurt likes it too.
What was the restaurant we would always go to after like recording? There was that spot that you guys really liked.
All Souls.
All Souls.
Yeah, that was cool.
Seitan sandwich there is.
That's definitely like our favorite bar.
I
in
feel like by
Salem,
the
I've
end,
for
had great
sure.
drinks.
that one of the bartenders or like hostesses like knew who we were.
Well, we were going in there like almost every
yeah,
night.
no, it was great.
I
You know?
went 3 times, but
Yeah.
that place is great.
And then it was cool too, because in the beginning of recording, Ben, who lives in California, flew out, and we got to meet him. That was the first time we got to meet
Yeah.
Lost Future Ben, which
Yep.
was really, he's exactly who he is on video chat. So that was cool. We got to spend a few days with him and joke about poops and farts. And
Against
then he
his
f-
will, I
Yeah.
feel. Like, I feel he was just, like, pushed into the poops.
He's
and
like,
farts.
what did I sign here?
sorry,
There's,
Ben.
like, an early video. It was, like, when he was first in there, and I'd, like, walk in with the camera, and you guys are laughing about something. I think you were just talking about poops and farts, and I was like, did you fart, Ben? And he's like, no, dude.
He's like, absolutely not.
And I asked him, how many times have you farted here? And he goes, 0. Obviously, he read the rule book. Kurt's rules, no farting in the control room.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's a good rule to have, though. You got to have boundaries.
Well, we've had that rule.
He specifically said, because I asked if everyone follows those rules, and he said, what do you think? It's normally like a bunch of like hardcore dudes, like they don't
Yeah.
follow those rules. So he has to put them there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even though people don't follow them, to like make it less.
Yeah.
only 2 beers allowed per session,
I love that.
which is good.
We
We didn't have any beers
Yeah,
during
we had
our
lots
sessions.
of sugar-free Red Bull though.
Lots of Red
We
Bull,
did
yeah.
lots of
Lots
Red
of
Bull.
20-ounce sugar-free Red Bulls.
Yeah.
I can't drink them anymore.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It just reminds me of like being like
Stressed?
No, not stressed. Just like, I don't know what the word is. Just so jacked on Red Bull early in the morning, just trying to record songs.
We were
Yeah.
so jacked.
It's imprinted on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taste of God City. I think that was actually one of the coolest recording sessions that we had ever done together, at least, because I know this is the first time we've recorded with Brian, but in the past, we recorded at Headroom Studios in Philly, which I don't know if, are they still in Philly? They were. Okay.
They
It's just
combined,
different.
Yeah, they combined with, I think, the guys who are in Dr.
Dr.
or
Dog,
something
yeah.
like
Okay, so we used to record there, and when we did, it was pretty much like, how long can you record in one day? That was like how the schedule was. It was like wake up, start recording, record till 1 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
We're falling asleep, and then do it all over again the next day.
I don't like
because
doing
it was
that.
it was based on time where because thank you, Lost Future, we were funded for that. And Kurt was a lot more scheduled with his own life. It was a lot more like you wake up and work like a 9 to 5, and then you have the evening. So we were able to like
Kurt stops working at 4 though.
for yeah.
He starts napping. I was the best video if it's not this time and I'm panning around. And he just goes,
And his grippy socks.
It was just a cool thing to be able to be on like a normal schedule. And we also got to stay like a block or so away from the studio.
Sleeping.
We got to stay like a block or so away from the studio and basically like past our whole commute was like past a graveyard. It was just so
Yeah.
Yeah.
honestly, you couldn't have written that more
more
I don't
better.
know.
Yeah,
more better.
You could have wrote that better.
That you couldn't have written that more like our speed, if
Yeah.
you will.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
It was great. Walking there every day was fun,
It was fun.
for sure.
Getting cussed out every morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah,
homeless people there.
yeah. Kurt, somebody shouted something at Steph the first day. She was smoking in the graveyard, as one does.
Well,
Fucking
I don't know
degenerate.
anybody in Salem, so I look over and he stopped, like in the road. He wanted to make sure that I heard him cussing at me. I
What
was
did he
mortified.
say to you?
I laughed so hard. He called me a fucking degenerate.
How does that make you feel, Steph? This turns
Very
into
seen.
therapy.
Scene, yeah. Takes one to know one.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was the best recording experience personally I've ever had.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that dude.
I'd
Just,
like to go back
I would-
Yeah,
and do that all over again.
Or anybody
Yeah.
who's thinking about recording, like, go record there.
He's
Yeah.
honestly amazing. Watching him work at the end was really captivating too, because it was after most of our work was done, and we just got to sit there and like watch him. I don't even know what he was doing, but
tweaking.
it was it was just incredible.
Not that kind of tweaking. Like
Master was working.
he does not tweak.
No.
He's gonna come up with a pedal called Michael's Nipples.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That had to get brought up in this conversation.
It'd be like a whammy. Like
Just
my
imagine everyone
pitch.
out there trying to get there.
Yeah,
I feel like
I'll
he
make
just,
that and send it to him.
He looked at you and he was just like, "I'm gonna cook you all week."
He did.
know,
cook
yeah,
me. He
Fried
cooked
boy
me all
logic.
To
week.
make this, like, we could take one of my bum pedals and just make a sticker for every top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just make it like a distinction
yeah.
pedal.
I don't have enough pictures with my nipples exposed, so we can do
Well,
that.
We're
I'll
gonna have
pop
to
that on
figure
stock
that out.
photo.
We can do that
Yeah.
after this.
stock photo.
Stock photo, dude.
No,
Yeah.
I'm showing these
Getty
videos,
images.
alright?
Oh,
Getty
my.
images.
No, but like, yeah. That was-
Yeah.
He was a riot.
Kerber's got I guess call back to him shitting on me.
Well, you did it to yourself. Can I just interject real quick?
Did it to myself.
Yeah,
I
you did it
to
yourself.
myself.
Because he's sitting in the control. He's sitting in Kurt's chair in the control room, and Kurt's like, coming off of like surgery off of his foot, and he's helping setting up the drums, and Mike's just sitting there, kind of just like Dealing
On his
around,
chair,
and Kurt gets
swinging
in,
around.
looks at Mike, and he goes, "Fuck off." And like right there, like he knew right away.
I would have told me to fuck off. Too.
Yeah.
And
But
that,
I
was the
regularly
start of a
tell-
great week.
I regularly tell everybody to tell me to fuck off
Yeah.
if you don't like my idea. So he didn't like that idea.
No.
He's sitting in his chair.
But he did like your nipples. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
He didn't like
you
my
win some, you
harmony,
lose
though.
some.
He, in teething, I was trying to get this harmony right, and where I was singing, the line wasn't just quite right rhythmically, and he was like, maybe you should sing it here, and I was like, nah, this is kind of how I do it, Kurt. This is kind of how I planned it out. And he was like, what did he say? Your
No, he
something,
said
your
he,
loss,
he said
It's your
he-
funeral.
your funeral.
yeah, he said it's not like catchy or
He
anything
said,
like that. It's
"Your
not a hook,
funeral,
but
I'm the Grammy Award winner.
yeah, dude. Oh my god, he's like, it's your fucking funeral. I'm
Yeah,
the one with
but
the Grammy.
I will say he has his cookie eating champion award hanging.
Yeah.
He does not have his Grammy.
He does.
displayed.
It's behind all of the boxes.
Yeah,
you like
it's
you.
just
It's like
hidden.
you'll never see it.
Yeah.
You know, if
Yeah.
you don't look for
But
it. kind of
cookie
thing.
eating champion of 2015.
That's definitely
Yeah.
up
proudly
there.
displayed.
Proudly displayed. But dude, your face when he said that, you were just like,
I laughed, motherfucker.
I was like sitting right here looking at you, dude, and you like I could tell that you loved it, but like your face was just like, wow. Like I just got fucking slapped. And then he turns around, and he's like, oh, did I go too hard? And Mike was like, no, I want you to talk to me like that.
I like it. I
We
like
had to
that.
bring up the Grammy in some way.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was-
I think that was the perfect
The
way
best
to do
way
He
it.
brought
do
it up
it.
naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we want to say? We have some shows coming up. Should we tell people about those shows?
we do. We do have shows. I'm really sorry. I forget the location of the first one,
The,
so I'm
the
gonna let you
January
guys tell that
11th
one.
one is at the Shermansdale Inn in Shermansdale. Where
Shermansdale.
else?
Do you know who's playing on that?
Ed Allison's band, I think Gunmetal Gray is playing on that show.
Yeah.
But if not, I'm just going to put a bleep over that because he's in multiple bands.
Okay.
I don't really have too many details about that show, but that's where we'll be on the 11th with some new toys on stage. And what is it? Is it Westchester?
Yeah, February 21st at the Moose Lodge in Westchester with, I know one of the bands is Meet the Blackburns. I forget the other two. I have them in my chat. I can pull them up if you want me to, if you really want me
No,
to.
you don't have to.
Yeah, but that's going to be, I think that's going to start around 8 o'clock. It's a 4-band bill, but we'll have more details about that soon.
And then the 22nd with Natalie Ness at the Champ, and this band, The Gast, is opening for us.
Are they? Who's that?
Yeah, who told me about Lagasse?
I don't know about
Who's that?
The
I
Gast.
haven't
Who's in The
personally
Gast?
heard of them.
Yeah. I think they're French.
It's a new metal cover band.
It's her band. And Michael's in it. But yes, that's with Natalie Ness. And yes, that's a really interesting show because it's at the Champ, which is reopening. When's their first show?
Have they?
It happened December 7th.
Okay.
We were both, this band and Northern Gloom were both asked to play it, but we could
Okay.
not do it. Unfortunately. So
Yeah. Well,
all
that's
right.
cool because I grew up at the Champ. I was there
Yeah.
as a teenager, so I'm excited to relive nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
It was
Pop your
definitely
chokes
a
on.
like a staple in the community
It's
for a
gonna
while.
be a fun show.
Yeah,
We're gonna
definitely.
play new stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
the most exciting thing. We've only had our album release show, and really, other than that, we haven't played. I mean, we dabbled with some of the single releases live, but now we get to play all the new stuff.
Oh, I'm
which,
sorry, I meant the Gast.
Oh. I'm sorry. We're all
Lagasse
playing new
is-
stuff. Oh, Lagasse is playing
getting
all
weird.
new stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, I realized.
No, you're
I
fine.
Yeah.
should've said something.
Lagasse is used to play covers and now is doing all originals, and they're
Nuh-uh.
very
This
creepy.
is the first time I'm hearing about
Yes.
this. This is a live reaction video.
Sorry, I live with
I am
her
so
because
excited for
we're
this.
married, so I hear it all the time. But yes, this is
Steph
new.
writes some freaky shit.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
it's
great.
really, it's
dude.
really
Good
cool.
for you guys.
It's
for
really
real.
cool.
Well,
I love your
it's not
vibe.
gonna be what you're used to hearing.
Yeah,
not
it's
gonna
definitely
be-
darker.
not
It's dark and
Jolene.
weird.
But if it's like you guys,
Sorry.
it's such like a cool, because I got to play with you guys when we did the Midnight Disco Field Trip show here, and like you guys were so cool on stage. Like your sound was like awesome, and like the like it was a party. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, I'm just excited to hear like what originals you guys have come up with.
They're good.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't like. I feel bad. This is like Babel Map. We can do this.
Yeah, but we're all
Well, we're playing the
incestuous
show.
here.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think we've said every band that we're a part of, or at least I have.
Yeah, you just did. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be fun.
Got all-
We have like
got it all.
Yeah.
original album planned out. It's a conceptual album.
Oh, are we allowed to talk about the concept yet, or do we have to keep it like low key? Tell me.
Why don't you give a little
I
bit?
don't want to say a whole lot.
Spoiler. Turn the video off now if you don't want to know.
It's is this okay? I don't know.
I don't care.
It's based off of the Divine Comedy.
Okay.
So it starts with like the beginning of Dante's journey down the funnel.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with
I know of it, but I
Dante's
can't.
the Divine
Inferno.
Comedy.
Yeah. Can't say that I've read it.
He wakes up, he's in between worlds. He has to, if he chooses to, find his redemption by going through every level of hell, which is specific to whatever your transgression is. So I've taken like 10 to 15 years of music that I never did anything with, and I'm just trying to make them fit this concept of personal transformation, taking accountability, continuing to find your true self if you choose to.
I love that. That's awesome.
That's trippy.
Yeah, that's like really.
The music's pretty wild.
Yeah, and I think that's like a really creative way to like look at like, you know, a story and like how it can impact you, like how like your life can fit into that, you know, and you're talking like with like personal transformation or whatever
I
it
love
is.
mythology.
Yeah.
And even theology. I'm looking at it from like a non-religious point of view because to me it's just a work of literature.
Totally, but it's yourself as a whole. You know what I mean? And like I think you can be spiritual with your with yourself, you know what I mean?
It can be spiritual
Regard-
without being religious.
Right,
Yes.
yeah, that's what I
They're
was trying to
separate.
say. Yeah.
Or can be separate.
Yeah.
It's vastly more interesting when it's separate.
It's also very cool to see this written hundreds of years ago, and I'm like, shit hits hard, man.
Yeah.
Like, imagine being alive then, be like, yo, Dante dropped his new book.
Yo, it's like Kendrick Lamar's
Fucking crazy. Yeah.
Dante's dropping fire.
Kendrick Lamar's
Yeah,
new
but here I
album's
am
just a
hundreds of
notebook.
years later.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
Well,
can't get out of this world.
it's like the human condition is always the same. It doesn't matter the technology. Like
It's
we're
cool. It begs to like the collective consciousness thing.
right.
The repetition of rise and fall through the centuries and how everything is kind of truly the same.
Yeah.
Well, art is the truth. It's like art tells the story of the day, and the good art lasts forever. And that story has lasted for a fucking reason. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great story.
That's really cool.
And Steph texted like the idea to me and Jordan, and we were both like, "Hell yeah,
Yeah, poor
Like-
Michael and Jordan. I send them like the weirdest shit.
yeah."
Because I'm unemployed right now and they're just, I don't know. Yeah.
Professional musician.
Yeah.
Not unemployed.
No. Anyway.
But
So definitely come to that show.
yeah.
It's gonna be,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're not gonna be playing any Love Potion number 9 this time. So it's gonna be.
yeah,
But you have to play Jolene.
Hell Potion. No, no Julene.
That
Sorry.
version of
Jolene.
Lagasse is kind of a bit of like a daydream era now.
Yeah.
Like might incorporate some of that sort of stuff throughout, but I'm grateful for
What?
Or if somebody wants to pay us to do that.
the. Honestly, it was the WITF thing that pushed it all into motion because I was like,
Yeah.
I need to write songs. I
Yeah.
can't get stuck in this cover land forever where people are like,
But
use your cover.
also, like, sonically, like, you were trying to come up with, like, an idea of, like, what you want it to sound like, you know?
It's gonna be a lot of electronic stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. It'll be fun.
Well, good for you. I'm I'm excited. I'm excited to hear it. I get to hear it firsthand. You know what I mean? And maybe I might get a little sneak peek
Don't
at
be
some of the
scared. You will.
of some of the songs. You know,
You will. We'll start.
because I'm always in the periphery.
Jordan's a new dad, so we're giving him a little bit of time.
Oh yeah.
But he like just had a baby, and he texted us and was like, "I just got these new PA speakers for us to use." It's like that dude's he's gonna be back on the saddle in January. But is there
that's
anything
Exciting.
we want to add that we didn't talk about here for Babel Map? T-shirts. We have T-shirts
yeah.
coming. The design, we just got them. It's really good. Jesse Laboda did it. Yeah, those are going to be dropping soon. So you can buy some of those. Thank you to everybody who's bought our record. There's people buying it every day on Bandcamp. Saw a couple purchases today. Pretty awesome. Do you guys have anything you want to say to people who have enjoyed the record?
I mean, thank you for listening. I think our release ended up being I don't want to say a surprise, but like surprisingly positive.
Bubble tape is number one.
Number
Bubble
one
tape.
and climbing, dude.
Yeah, that's
got
my favorite song on the record.
over 3,000 right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
What's at? Let's get a count what Bubble Tape's at right now.
It's about to be at 4.
Yeah.
It's
Wait for
weird
real.
because our Spotify Wrapped is incorrect with like the actual amount of listens. Like I've
It's so
seen.
late in the year.
I wonder if
And
it
they
was
do
not
the-
calculated
They do the wrapped
throughout.
up until
Yeah.
probably November.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's very
It's not right.
incorrect.
Yeah.
Because like Bubble Tape alone we're almost at 3,500 listens for that song, which is great. We need to get those up though. We got to get to 80,000 listens a year to make a $15 an hour wage.
Is that for
So we
one
can
person?
Yeah.
Which
It's
is
$15, like-
$15 an hour.
Like, is that just $15?
No, it's $15 an hour.
But how many hours?
Like 40-hour work week. 80,000 listens a year.
Damn. All right. Well, we got
So-
some work to do, right?
Start taking some feet pics.
Keep listening, please.
Putting bubble tape to it.
Don't cat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also thanks to all the people who did write-ups for us. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
really cool. It was cool to like listen to what everyone thought, and there were some again surprisingly positive. I don't mean that like I don't think our music is good or anything, but like to hear it from non-biased people. I know Sleeping Shaman was one of them that
Yeah, that
randomly
was
found us
review.
and did like just a straight up love letter write up. And that was really cool to hear from a complete stranger. Do you remember where he was located?
That was the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is definitely one of the biggest places where people are listening to it.
Yeah.
United States, France, and Germany are the top. I think UK is after that. But yeah, and Bandcamp featured us as their number one essential release in November, and like that was really cool because that person, I can't remember his name now. I'll put it down here. But he's written for Rolling Stone, Pitchfork, like all the places, which I hope, have something to say about our record eventually. We'll see about that. But I don't know how relevant Rolling Stone is at this point anyway.
Yeah.
It seems like Pitchfork is like what I see constantly.
Yeah,
on my
that's
feed.
normally the
Pitchfork's like
loudest.
But Bandcamp
Yeah.
too. A lot of people go on to Bandcamp for like to listen to original music because they are tired of Spotify and like
I
how they
didn't
don't
realize
pay.
it. Like
Dude,
how poppin' it is.
I was just at Shady Dog Records the other day, who also has our record. It's in the main line in Berwyn, PA, but they've got a couple of our records in the store. So if you want to support a local business, go on out to Shady Dog Records. But I was talking to one of the guys there, and he was saying that he only goes on to he has like Spotify and other stuff for like listening, but he was like, if I want to listen to new music, I go on Bandcamp. And like that's just like really encouraging.
Yeah.
to hear that.
Yeah, I like though that we have the record everywhere because there's some bands that only put their stuff out on Bandcamp.
Is
and I
it
think
on
that's-
Apple Music yet?
Ben was working on
it's
trying
supposed to be.
get it there.
Yeah, right now.
But I just like I like
Somebody get Tim Cook on the phone. Where is he?
Yeah, but I like that the record's available everywhere because there's people listening to it everywhere. And I don't even know the metrics from other places, but Spotify is the easiest to check in on. But now I see Deezer everywhere. That's like the one I keep hearing about. And I know like our stuff's always been added to Deezer, but I think we're probably getting a lot of listens there.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a newer I don't know.
I've never
It's
even
like
heard
geezer
of it.
without the G.
Yeah, geezer. I'm a geezer.
Only guitar music.
Yeah. What? Yeah, dude. That's like the aging millennial. What's Deezer?
I've never heard of it.
I see it pop up too, but I don't know what it is.
So
Yeah.
interesting.
But it's not
I'll
on
have to
Apple
check it
Music yet.
out.
So Apple Music, can we like figure this out like today?
I don't know how.
Yeah,
it's
what
not on Apple.
happened? What happened to that?
I don't know. There's
It's
no
supposed to be
samples
there.
or anything. All the record is generated by us, so I don't know why there would be any holdup with it.
Yeah.
Maybe Trent Reznor.
Yeah.
We gotta give him a call.
Yeah.
I think he runs Apple Music.
It has to.
I
Interesting.
think he does. But
All right, well, let's get it to Apple for the.
Reznor us over.
There's a
Thanks,
lot
Trent.
of people who have hit us up about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know until somebody started.
Yeah, I know.
Messaging
I
us.
use Apple Music a lot
You
because
do?
it is a higher stream. It sounds better, but I use it for like teaching because some students have it, some students have Spotify, some people
Yeah.
have Amazon Music. But anyways, and I was like, oh, it's not on here.
Yeah, they pay way more than Spotify. I think it's 0.0043 per stream.
Well, you know what that means. For every 80,000 streams, we still make $15 an hour.
It means we need your help to get back to Kerpaloo. All right, let's
Anyway.
go fucking play music.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Anything?
we're gonna
anything
go
you wanna say?
practice.
Let's go write a
Just
song.
thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and come to our shows and stay tuned for new stuff.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. The end. Bye. Okay.